Hey everyone, PowerStars here with another rant. Today, we're talking about Valve opening the floodgates for paid mods on Steam. For those of you who don't know, game mods are unofficial modifications to games made by fans. They have existed for years and have been free for pretty much that whole time, until now. A few days ago, Valve added an option to charge money for Skyrim mods. Valve doesn't need to pre-approve these before they appear in the Steam Workshop, and people can set their own prices. On one hand, this can help modders support themselves by doing what they love, but I have mixed feelings on this because of all the ways it could and already has been abused. For example, one of the first paid mods has already been pulled because it used content from another modder's free mod without his permission. Chesko and I don't know if this name can be pronounced, AQQH's fishing mod used content from one of 4's mods without his consent. To make matters worse, he is one of the people who is actively opposed to paid mods existing. To be fair, Chesko claimed he was under a non-disclosure agreement of some sort, which doesn't explain why he didn't ask for his stuff, but he did ask Valve if he could use other mods for said paid mod, and they said yes, if it was separate. But I still side with 4. There are so many potential issues that could rise from this. People could steal other mods off the internet and try and make a quick buck off them, or simply import copyrighted content from other games and charge for something that isn't theirs. Who knows? I feel like a pay-to-win or freemium model could theoretically be implemented for mods that transform the game. Imagine someone charging money for each level of their mod. And it seems gamers at large are reacting to this negatively, partially because mods that used to be free are becoming paid content. And this is a perfectly legitimate complaint. Imagine, if you will, you enjoy a free-to-play game. Something you can enjoy without money, even if the option for spending is there. And then one day the developers pull it and say, hey, that's worth at least $5. And so they make you pay for something that was previously free. And if you refuse, well, no more of that wonderfully addictive game for you. To be fair, some gamers do see positives to this, and there is some to be seen, such as Valve getting money from mods, and perhaps in the future not even needing to hire teams to make the next installments of their popular franchises like Team Fortress or Counter-Strike. That last part's a bit far-fetched, but if this goes far enough, it could happen. But for every positive, there are several potential issues with the system. Even the owner of popular Skyrim mod site Nexus, Dark One, previously talked about the disasters that could result if modding becomes more of an industry. And suppose someone actually thinks paid mods are a good idea. Well, Valve and Bethesda take a 75% cut of the profits. Yes, 75%. Even the creator of the fishing mod I mentioned earlier thinks this is unfair. It promotes smaller, less energy-intensive content being made as opposed to the kinds of glorious, expansive mods that many fans have grown used to. One must also take into account games that have a strong modding community being severely affected. Imagine Gary's mod if you had to pay money for each individual game mode. Let's assume each mode costs $2.50. Some game modes that many players of Gary's mod have downloaded include Prop Hunt, Murder, Dark RP, G-Cinema, Zombie Survival, and Trouble in Terrorist Town. So that's $15 for something that was formerly free. It's even worse if money is charged for fan-made taunts or ragdolls. It's similar to TF2's shop, except you'd be paying money for something that you can't even use on every server. The community for this game is essentially the definition of why free mods are so great. People can buy a game and get more out of it for free, straight from the community. If paid mods are implemented, they'd be spending so much money on things that previously could be unlocked with the click of a button. And that money could be spent on indie games, entirely separate games, some of which require more creative energy, just completely undebatably. I mean, if you're building something inside of someone else's engine, that's not going to take as much time or energy as building your own engine from scratch. Overall, though, this system could have some potential benefits for modders, but instead there's a strong chance it'll topple the lovingly built community that took years to build up. What do you think? Comment below and hopefully we can strike up a discussion. Anyways, this is PowerStars, out. Peace, YouTube.